I swear over the last couple of years, Bungie and Destiny 2 has really shown just how problematic and a disaster it really has been for not only the studio, but even in gaming as well. And what I'm referring to specifically is the FOMO model and how it's been incorporated in every other game doing live service. But with how Destiny 2 has been exploding at the helm and cracking at the seams, it's basically looking extremely grim for Destiny 2. And many people, even myself, have finally said that this is it. Destiny 2 is probably going to go under. The Bungie of Halo has been long gone, and the problems that the studio has had over the many, many years seems to finally have erupted and exploded into the mess that it finds itself in now. I mean, Destiny 2 has been in the news constantly in the last 5 years, incorporating stupid design decisions to awful monetization and basically studio heads and community managers basically running their mouth about things and basically showing off their true colors that Destiny is nothing more than a live service cash grab. That's just wanting to milk dry people and their goodwill just for them to, oh, I don't know, get many expensive cars and show them off, huh? However, there always seems to be one game that always seems to do everything that Bungie wants to do, but better in, I would say, mostly every single way. And I'd say for the first time in the last, 2 years, it's actually triumphed and even surpassed Bungie's player count, and that game is Warframe. A game I'm sure you've all heard if you're big fans of Destiny, since it's basically been viewed as Destiny's competitor, though instead of it being first person, it's third person, among many other things. But if you look at the player counts right now between Warframe and Destiny 2, it's not looking good for Destiny, like whatsoever. And it's definitely struggling to be a fan of Destiny right now. And what I find interesting is so many people have been flocking over to Warframe, and there's quite a few reasons as to why that is. And I'll be breaking those down right now. And I think the biggest one, really to put it bluntly and simple, is the grind. The grind between Destiny and Warframe is very complex, but I'll do my best to summarize it. But in short, Destiny 2 wastes your time, Warframe doesn't. Because Warframe's grind, while it is grindy, and it is a free-to-play game, so you can expect the grind to be umped up a little bit, the difference is that Warframe's grind actually makes you feel like you're getting some worth out of it. I mean, and there's a lot of things to grind too, so your attention doesn't have to stay focused on one thing or one aspect. It can pivot to many other different things, because Warframe has so much things to grind, but it does that in a way that respects the player's time. Yes, it can, again, be grindy to do certain things and get many other things, or even upgrade a Warframe to get it to be, top tier. But there's no power scaling that happens every freaking season, and then you have to kind of get back into it to get yourself back to the power you once were to do endgame activities. With Warframe, once you build your character and you decide to take a break and come back, your character is more or less still the same. There's no sense of you have to stay constantly following Warframe just to keep up with it. Whereas in Destiny, there's always that fear of missing out, which we'll touch on that in a minute, but also the fear of having to keep yourself going to make sure your character is still, optimized and ready for the next expansion or anything new coming out that requires you to be close to max level like Nightfalls and everything. But the next thing that Warframe does better than Destiny is really the customization and the freedom to do whatever the heck you want with it. Now, when I say that, I don't mean just cosmetics. Now, there are some pretty nice cosmetics, but the biggest and greatest thing is that you can create a build. Any build in any frame in Warframe literally is viable if you build it right, which is just immensely great to have, because I swear, in Destiny 2, you could easily tell that they favored, depending on the activity or season, they would favor either Hunters or Titans. And then Warlocks kind of just got thrown off in the dust, like me, because I was a Warlock main in Destiny 2, or even just Destiny in general. But there's a lot of build diversity in Warframe, and you can do whatever the heck you want with it and make it viable and worth it. And this even comes down to the weapons and companions even. It's all down to experimenting. That's what makes it so great and fun and fulfilling to play. You can get access to powerful gear by just experimenting and finding something that works. Now, obviously, you can look up on YouTube and you'll find countless videos showcasing, the best builds for Warframe, or the best builds for a certain frame for that matter. And yeah, you'll see your tier lists, but they're subjective. And if you read the comments of these tier lists, even people will say tier lists are stupid for Warframe because they're all viable. Some may be better than others, but they're all viable and great things that you can use even in endgame activities. The best comparison I can give is for all you Bloodborne fans out there, it's basically the trick weapons in that game where every weapon is viable. It doesn't matter which one you use. You can still get to the end game very easily with any of them if you build for them. And again, that's what makes Warframe so nice as a game to have, is that you can customize and play any frame you want and not have to have a specific build to play an endgame. Because in Destiny, you have to do constant research. You do have to follow those videos to find the best viable build. And yeah, there's build variety in how you can do certain things. But for the most part, from what I've seen in my years of on and off playing Destiny 2, it's pretty clear that not every build is viable for endgame, and it changes every single season. Which in theory sounds like a good thing, because, you know, it helps spice up variety and, you know, changes the meta a bit. It's pretty clear cut and dry with Destiny 2 fans, and even people like myself. It's annoying that we have to basically reshuffle our entire character just to get back to the end game, and it's like hours upon hours of having to power creep and do all this. Like, it's, if you've played Destiny 2, you know what I'm talking about. I kind of don't need to summarize it that much. It's awful. It's a stupid system that just clearly punishes you for dare stepping away or getting too comfortable with the build. It injects, which leads to my next point, FOMO, the fear of missing out. Where Destiny 2's biggest problem, and what they champion and hail as their sort of main goal that you've seen countlessly in their either streams or press conferences or anything like that, they want to keep people hooked, and the fear of missing out is what creeps over for anybody playing Destiny 2, to the point where some people, it even consumes them and makes them addicted to it in an unhealthy amount. Because Destiny, this is what Destiny 2 has. They have a battle pass that only runs maybe a lot longer than other battle passes out there, but then they have seasonal events with content that appears for a month or 2 or 3 and then disappears wholeheartedly, that they remove out of the game. And also the fact that they also removed content, story beats, and DLC that people paid for and you can't play anymore. So, bye-bye that content. The only way to see that content is a YouTube video that was recorded in the past. Because even Bungie themselves don't even have the source code for these in a recent lawsuit that came out. So, yeah, Destiny 2 champions itself, and prides itself, rather, on the fear of missing out to keep people engaged and hooked to play their content. And they even changed their terms of service to reflect this because people were calling it out. So, that's how it works in Destiny 2. Whereas in Warframe, it's simple. It's all still there. The same content that they've had for over 10 years is still there. And I will admit, it does get very overwhelming. I still haven't finished the campaign because, man, there is so much shit. It is hard to keep up with. And honestly, my personal advice that I found has worked for me is kind of keeping things in a vacuum. You know, keeping it like as small scale as possible until I finish the campaign, and then everything in the whole game opens up to you. But that's the beautiful thing, is that you could leave for a couple months because, you know, maybe you're bored of playing Warframe. And it happens. Everybody gets bored of playing a game. They need to go change things up. It happens in life, not just with video games or anything. But when you come back to Warframe, you can still play that content again. It's still there. And the best part is they do have a battle pass called the Nightwave, which this thing is free for everybody. And even if it goes out and you don't get caught up with it, you can still get that content by spending platinum. Now, obviously, that's the premium currency of the game. But the biggest and greatest thing about platinum in Warframe, for those of you who don't know, is you can trade it. You can trade it with people. And honestly, I don't know of any other game that allows you to trade their premium currency. If anyone knows of one, let me know in the comments below. But I don't know of any other game that does that. That's just crazy to me. And it helps the economy even more. So those content, that customization that you might have missed in a battle pass, you could easily get if by trading platinum and getting to that point. But that's the important thing, is that the idea of FOMO is not really in Warframe. And sure, there are events that rotate, but they always come back. Like if you miss out on an event, it can always come back. And then as always, you can use a website like Warframe Marketplace to buy some of that if it was exclusive to that event. And again, getting that platinum, all you have to do is maybe crack open a couple relics, get some duplicates, maybe complete a set for a prime variant for an item, whether it be the Warframe or a weapon, and you can sell it on the marketplace, get that platinum, and then buy that cosmetic you want. It's a whole economy that is just really fascinating and cool to think about, albeit it's not perfect. And at the end of the day, Warframe still has its own problems compared to Destiny 2, but really, which one is doing better than the other? And which one is actually handling it better? Because Destiny 2, I don't see a future for this game. I think Destiny 2 really has hit a roadblock and has hit the end. And Sony is now going to absorb Bungie at this rate, and I don't know what even is the future for Destiny in general. I don't even think we're even going to get a Destiny 3, which really a lot of people were kind of wanting a Destiny 3 over continuing Destiny 2 because it was clear-cut that this game and the engine and the spaghetti code that it has needed to be addressed in a sequel. But Bungie didn't want to do that, and this is the result of it. So time will tell, but I think for a lot of you people out there that are discouraged like me, playing something like Warframe, I think, can easily help fill that void and itch. And really, even going back to Destiny 1, which I haven't done in a minute, and this video is sort of a sequel to my video that I had made a couple months ago, why I still play Destiny. And really, short answer is, the reason why I don't play Destiny is because I've played the ever-living crap out of it, and I'm taking sort of a still long hiatus break. But really, I recommend you just go back and play Destiny if you have a PlayStation or Xbox. There's still a community there. There's still people playing and raiding. More people are going back to that game, and people are even asking for a Destiny 1 remaster so that PC players can get on it and we can get some crossplay going, or something like that. But the ball's in Bungie's court, and honestly, I don't think they're going to do it. But time will tell. But at least with Warframe, everything looks good for its future, and I don't know all the ins and outs of Warframe. Like, I only have 200 hours in the game, but there's still so much more that I still don't know. But I'm going to keep playing this as my sort of main multiplayer game until we start seeing a better shift in this industry. But time will tell. I mean, we'll see what other games come out. But at least for me, it's nice to see a game like Warframe doing as well as it has. So that's all I really have to say in this video. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to know when I post another video. Also, check out my Rumble. It's a nice little backup, just in case something might happen on YouTube, because you never know. But I also want to say thank you for 500 subscribers. As we hit that milestone, as I was recording and making the last video, which was amazing, and we're now at 503, but I just wanted to call attention to it. Thank you guys for 500 subscribers. We are now halfway to the monetization point. The other part is the public watch hours, which is basically how long people watch my videos. But so far, with posting the last video with the new editing style, it seems like a lot of people, it sort of helps keep their attention what I'm doing. So we're going to go forward with that, because if we're going to hit that milestone, I'm going to need to up things up a bit. So anyway, I'll see you guys with another video. I do live stream every Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. However, for this week and next week, unfortunately, I will be live streaming this weekend on Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, and the next weekend, I unfortunately don't think I'll be able to stream. I would be able to get a video up, but streaming probably would be out of the question as I will be on a trip, but time will tell. I'll figure that out by the time my next video comes out. But anyway, I'll see you guys with another video. Y'all take care and have a good rest of your day.